the way, I do want to put out this disclaimer before we dive in. I do understand, like, not all one shoe fits all. So although we will say certain things, like, we're not boxing everybody, like some men, some women. So in case, like, you hear and you're like, oh, like, you're boxing everybody, like, I just want to put it out there. We understand that, and please don't take anything that we say personal. This is just our personal experiences and just girl talk. Okay, cheers. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's grown, isn't it? Red wine is so grown.
Yeah, I love red wine. Apparently red wine is for, like, the grown women.
Yeah, it's for your heart. What are we finna talk about today?
We're gonna talk about it today.
Big up yourself.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biani. Welcome back to another video, another edition, another collab. I hope you guys have been enjoying these because I have been having a blast, and today I have a special guest. I have a former Backchat London cast.
Hi.
Season 5.
Season 5, baby.
Yeah.
My name's Catherine, or Catty Nancy on Instagram. But hi.
Yes, I have Catherine here, guys. If you guys can remember, she gave us that wisdom that we're missing. You know, you guys remember how Backchat was? I was doing the reactions. It was roaming around, and everybody loved Catherine, including me.
Thank you.
And yeah, she was like the voice of reason. And I was just like, do you know what? We need to sit down. Like, we actually need to sit down and have a chat. And we're going to be talking dating, as it is still the month of love. We're going to be talking about dating in 2022.
The things we expect for this year.
The things we expect, the things we are leaving behind.
Honestly.
And yeah, however it goes. And also we're going to be eating our delicious wings and fries and whining. Yeah, we're just going to get straight into it. But before we get into the the
cocoa of the matter.
Yeah, the cocoa of the matter. Have you been following what's been going on with Kanye and Kim and the whole divorce situation?
Do you know what? Yeah, like with situations like that, I feel like I kind of like actively stay away. I obviously know what's happening, don't get me wrong, but like, it's just draining because it's like, oh, it's the same, not like the same thing in terms of Kanye, but the same thing in terms of like, oh, couple fall in love and then they get divorced, and now one is creeping on the other, one's stalking the other. It's a bit crazy out here, but I don't put it past Kanye.
I don't know if you watched his documentary. No. I watched the documentary.
Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
I need to.
It is so good. Oh, it's so good. And what I love about documentaries in general is that you actually get to know the person outside of social media and what they put out, and you get to kind of have a different perspective on who they are as a person, why they react the way that they react. And I think watching him and watching the documentary is kind of changed my perspective a little bit. Like, Kanye, I've realised he's always been how he is. That's how he's always been.
I've watched a little bit of the documentary, so from what I've seen, it's like very much the old Kanye. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. So you can tell, he's definitely always been that way. But I think this is him pre severe mental health issues, if that makes sense. So it's nice to see that side of him, and kind of but back then he was seen as like very confident, and now he seems to have like gone overboard. But
do you think that's because then it wasn't so much like there wasn't so much highlight on his mental health, is on his bipolar?
I think the thing with Kanye then and now is that there are things that we're talking about now, like in the black community. Like some of his lyrics were really like quite deep and insightful. So I just wonder if now he almost doesn't have anything to say. Like, that's how I feel. Like, were you so woke back then that you've run out of woke? Like,
I'm so done.
He just says anything, and I'm like, but
he doesn't have a filter.
Yeah, he doesn't have a filter, and I'm just like, okay, but in 10 years' time, are we gonna look back at Kanye and be like, no, but Kanye was actually like making a lot of sense?
But you know, like apparently, I can't remember what album it was. He did speak about like baby mama issues, and he's living it like now, like in one of his songs.
Yeah, and then in Gold Digger, he said. But then
he spoke it into
existence. But then what I don't like about that whole people comparing his lyrics to his life now is they always say like, oh, when he get on, he's gonna leave your ass for a white girl. I was like, but he was never with a black girl. Like to leave her for a white girl. Like, and he dated Amber Rose. Obviously she's not white, but she's very fair. She's very light skinned. You dated Amber Rose. You dated Kim, who she's not Caucasian white, but she's white.
He has mainly Julia Fox.
Like,
I think it's like probably only. Well, I don't even think that they dated. I don't know. I can't remember. Was she a model? I think she was black, but it was very short lived. I don't even think that they.
I don't even remember her.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. So recently, there was like a petition where Kim wanted to declare herself as single.
Which she is. Why do you need a petition to?
But like, you know, because like they're married, so I don't know if it's like a US law where even though you're going through divorce, but you can declare yourself as single whilst you're going through the divorce.
Right, okay.
And he declined it basically, and.
Does declining it bring you back together?
Okay, but here's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you know, us females, yeah, we're always like, oh, we want the guy to like. Try. If you want your guy, I always say this, like, if you want your woman, go get her. Go get her. Kanye is doing it, but we're still. But we're like, no, we don't want it.
Don't do Kanye. It's enough right now. She's evidently said she does not want to be with you.
Oh yeah, but I feel like I would want them. I feel like he's been a bit too much, yeah. But when I'm deep in it, I'm like, we want a guy to pursue us, but then when he pursues us, it's too much. Do you know what I think it is? I think we want the guy that we want to pursue us. The guy we don't want to
and that's why it's hard, because Kim obviously wants Kanye. Like, she
wants him.
Not now, but like, she did want him.
Yeah.
Like, they've got 4 kids together.
You clearly must have wanted him.
You must have wanted him at some point. So I get that. Like, I get the whole like, oh, when guys can't win. Let's actually be honest. Both men and women, we can't win, because
I feel like guys can't win. Because I feel like when I think about it, I'm like, you guys, you've got 4 kids. Like, he's really doing the most. Yeah. But one part of me is kind of like, if I was Kim, yeah, like obviously they're real people, but in real life, a guy is going to be going around with different women, like publicly.
Which he is doing.
Yeah, exactly. And he's always bad mouthing my family, exposing them. Like, I don't think I would want to be with that guy. Like, you're proper disrespecting me publicly. Like, why would I want to come back to you? I just think he's just so mixed. It's hard to be on his side.
Yeah, exactly. And what even frustrates me is when I see Kim and Kanye on social media is how much men will ride for Kanye. And I'm not saying don't ride for Kanye. Obviously, like, I love both of them in there. I don't love Kim, let me not lie. Like, I definitely would have more of a soft spot for Kanye over Kim, just because, like, Kim's very late to like the fame world. Not late, but we grew up with Kanye. We didn't really grow up with Kim.
I get what you mean.
In that regard, men are riding hard for Kanye, and it's, oh, he should have never married. What do you mean he should have never married Kim? Like, you could do a lot worse than Kim, you know. Like, Kim has and it's annoying because it's always about the sex tape. It's always like, oh, but she had a sex tape. Like,
it's like, get over it.
She got Kanye out of debt. I think she paid off a debt of his, from what I read online anyway. She paid off a debt of his. People were saying like, oh, bro, it's just your turn, as in it was just Kanye's turn to be with Kim. I'm like, she had 4 kids with the guy. Like,
yeah. Like, it wasn't a thing where it's like, oh, he's just another one of her hit list.
Exactly. Like,
like the Kardashians got these hit lists.
Honestly, like, because why didn't she have kids with every other guy that she's been with, or like married? Not her first marriage. It's literally not.
It's like she can't actually love somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she definitely loved him, because
I think she did. I think there's a lot of things that we probably don't know, because for when a woman is done, she's done, and Kim seems to be fed up.
And what we know of Kanye, I'm not shocked that she's fed up. Like, he's bipolar. I don't even mean to be mean. Like, I've got my own mental health issues. It's not even like I'm trying to be mean about it, but like, imagine being married to someone who's bipolar. Yeah. You wake up one day, you don't know who you're gonna see.
Do you know what? I actually did put a poll about that, about like, if your potential partner had a mental disability, would that have an impact on whether you would move forward with them or not? And it's a real conversation. Like, it's something that people actually need to like take into consideration. Like, when you're first dating, like, what questions are you asking? Because these are the type of questions you should be asking. Literally. Because are you going to be able to deal with it? Like, some people just can't. And that's okay. Like, I don't think anybody should be.
That's the thing. You don't need to be pressured to deal with someone that has mental health issues. But I don't know if mental health is becoming more of a thing. It feels like
a trendy thing.
Yeah, like a trendy thing. Like, oh, I've got anxiety. It's like, do you really?
I've got depression.
I've got depression. I've got this. I've got that. Like, I studied psychology actually in uni, and I remember asking one of my lecturers, like, don't you feel like the more we give names to things, the more it gives us a reason to say, I'm diagnosed with this.
And it's like, are you really?
Yeah, like, if you're diagnosed with something, fair enough, there are certain like limitations you may have, like you may not be able to communicate properly, and also the thing with mental health, it might show up later.
Yeah, like it doesn't show up straight away.
And if Kanye's always been this way, maybe fame has like exacerbated it or made it like worse. Like you can never tell. Like, you can never tell.
Who was it? I can't remember what I was listening to or something that I heard where exactly what you were saying. Like they went through something. That's when they realized that they had like an issue. Oh my god, I cannot remember what it was. But if I remember it, then I will. Then I'll say it. But exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it might take like an event to happen in your life for you to realize that all of these emotions that you've been feeling, like everything that you've been going through, it's a mental health issue, and it needed that event to happen for it to be for it to come out like 100%.
Could you date someone that has a mental health issue?
I feel like it depends like on what it is. Because I feel like I'm very like I have like long suffering, like I can really like put up with things, but if they were willing to get help, or if they were open enough to get help, because it's like what you're saying, like I mean I worked in debt, and I feel like and social housing, and one thing that I learned is like some people just, I'll say lazy, like they almost use it as like a crutch, like, oh, I don't know how much my bills are cost because I got mental health issues. And it's like, I do get that there are some mental health issues that will have an impact on your brain so much so that you can't handle your bills, but I learned that there are a lot of people that just uses it.
Yeah, because there's a certain disconnect when someone's like just nonchalantly saying on the phone like, oh, I don't know how much I owe because I've got this like mental health illness or whatever, compared to there are people that I've spoken to in those same situations, because I've got a finance background as well, where they're almost ashamed to say it, like they're crying, they're like, I'm sorry, I get really stressed with, so those kind of people I have more empathy with, because they're not, if you really do have anxiety, you wouldn't even want to like proclaim it on yourself.
It's true. It's like it wouldn't be easy for you to just be like, oh, no, I got mental health issues, sorry, I don't know how much my bills cost, or you need to call housing benefit because I don't know. It's just like, well, you're about to get kicked out. And the thing is, like, that's how it was, like, because working in that industry is very cutthroat. And I remember speaking to my manager and she'd just be like, well, we're going to send the bailiff, like,
because how far can you take it? Like, at some point, there's every company has like their own threshold, every scenario. Banks do, water, gas, heating, whatever it is, like they all have their thing. So,
yeah, so I think like it depends, like, because I'll always say never, but like I don't know, like I would need to, like, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. It depends what it is, and it depends if the person is willing to, they're open about it.
I know it's gonna sound mad, but I've dated people not that have mental health issues, but like they clearly have personality traits. Let's not jump to narcissism or whatever, because it's such a buzzword these days, like, oh, that person's narcissist. Actually no, they might just be not nice. But I've dated people that I feel like have like pathological issues, and I've seen them as red flags and just, no, it's fine, he's 6'2", so
oh really, like you kind of like bypassed
it's looking a little amber right now. It's looking a little amber, it's not really red.
Oh my god, we need to talk about amber flags, but yeah, go on.
It's like, so I don't know, like, let me not say like never say never, but I think if the person sat down with me and was like, oh, this is what I struggle with, I feel like I'd be more inclined to, depending on what it is, I'd be more inclined to actually like want to get to know them, because they're aware, they're clearly telling me because they care enough to let me know.
And also like how far you are dating with a person, because sometimes like you could just be dating someone and you actually like that's your life, like that's your future, you just love them and it's not easy to walk away.
100%.
So in that instant I'll probably want to like educate myself, read about it, just learn how I could accommodate or help them or be there. I would probably do something like that.
I guess we'd have to know a lot more about the situation, because I think even depression and stuff, depression, anxiety, even some of the in quotes like normal mental health issues that people say that they have, we don't know that much about them.
It could be really draining. I feel like I've been with somebody who's depressed, and it can be very draining. Like I feel like you need like so much grace. Like you just need like
a different level of patience. I've had like depression and depressive like states in the past or whatever, and it's draining for me. And so I can't even imagine how much draining it will be for somebody else that's trying to like, one, show that they care, two, try, and then you feel like, oh, am I doing something wrong that you feel depressed?
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's just not even affiliated like at all.
Imagine like if you don't have depression, but it's like our mood changes because of PMS or like our hormones, and then that it like magnified like 10 times. Like how hard it is. Like for women, like we just don't know what's changed our moods, what's going on. We literally just switch, and guys have to deal with that.
But then I don't even, this is the thing, I don't even feel like men deal with that as well.
No, they don't at all. I feel like there needs to be training for men to like
literally
understand, like women, it's a real thing.
Like I was literally speaking to my friend about this the other day. Like I used to think that hormones were just this like word, like oh, she's just being hormonal, she's just being, and let's be honest, it's not about like a men versus women debate, but men don't understand those things because they don't go through them. So when you're there like being legit like hormonal because of your period or pregnancy or whatever, they write it off in such a dismissive manner.
Yeah, like, oh, you're just being emotional.
And I'm like, well, yeah, I am being emotional, but why is that? Why are you reducing it? How long have you been on the dating scene for?
Oh my god.
My whole life. Since 91, baby.
These are good. How are you?
I like mine. I really do like mine. I was surprised because I was saying before the video, like, mine look dry.
No, these are good. These are actually good.
Because they're a bit salty. You can try one if you want.
I'm trying one of these.
This is really good.
Do you know what I was thinking? Oh my god, I've got barbecue. I love barbecue, and I was like, damn, I should have got something else, but no, this is good. Do you like spicy food? It's a bit spicy.
Yeah, mine's like not really that spicy, but a tiny bit. I can handle spice, for any of y'all wondering. Like, I'm not a white bread lover. Like,
do you feel like because you're like mixed, that people always maybe think?
Not so much I can't handle pepper, but dating, because I primarily date black guys, for anyone wondering, or for anybody wondering, I primarily date black. I've never been with a white guy. Nothing wrong with white guys.
When I was at school, I did.
Yeah, I don't count that.
Like,
dating, but yeah. So sorry, I just fucking checking at you. I got one of these. Why is it hidden?
Anyway, yeah, go on.
What's going on? White guy. Okay, no.
Yeah, you said that you've never dated a white.
Never dated a white guy, so I date primarily like black guys or whatever. But
sorry, do you date like chocolate dark or like?
Yeah, I like Wesley Snipes, like black, like dark skin. Dark skin. I love it. Like as long as you're not lighter than me, and not because I don't care about my lightness in any regard, but I'm just not. Thank you. I'm just not attracted to like mixed race guys or light skin guys.
Yeah, me too. Sorry to say. But do you know what is deep? Yeah, I feel like. Do you feel like women get offended? Like black women get offended when men say they don't like dark skinned girl, but black women can say they don't like lighties. Yeah,
but then do you know what? Yeah, like I've noticed in life, like as long as you're the minority, or as long as you're the ostracized group, whether you're black or white, or white to black, whether you're man to woman, or whether you're like light skin to dark skin, there's always going to be that kind of like thought process. Like it's always going to be offensive. Like so remember when Adele said at the was it the Brit Awards, she said that she loved being a woman. Oh my god, please. And she got so much backlash for like loving being a woman. But then imagine if my dad went on the Brit Awards and was like, I love being a white man. You'd be like, are you alright? Like I would even be offended. Like why are you saying that on TV? Like because you've had so much privilege, and you've had, obviously being a white man is like giving you so much in life, like you can't say so I definitely do think that trend happens where like it's okay, for example, for a dark skinned woman to say like, oh, she likes light skinned guys or whatever, and it's not okay for the other way around. But I think also we just have to learn as people to read the room. Like some things are just not necessary to say like at all.
At the same time, like I just feel like oh my god, we're just going all over the place. But I do feel like we just have to learn to just accept people's thoughts and opinions.
So what's your preference?
Me, I don't like lighties for sure.
They're too feminine, right?
Do you know what it? No, actually, do you know what it is? No, I feel like as a chocolate woman, maybe it's come from like back in the days where I never felt like light-skinned boys like dark-skinned girls.
Yeah.
Or like I just never thought like, oh, that pretty light-skinned boy would like me. Like he will like the girl that everybody likes, and she's got curly hair, she's light complexion. So I just never go to them. And if a light-skinned guy likes me, I get really shocked. I'm like, oh my god, he likes me. And it's sad to say, but it's just like that's just how it is. Like that, maybe that's why I always go for guys who I just feel like you're good looking, but I'm the better looking one. Does he ever think that? I'm sorry, I'm just being honest.
Before the video I was like, I like medium ugly guys, and you were like, yeah, me too.
And I don't like, I'm a confident woman, like I love me, but I just know what it is. Like I think maybe I've grown to love myself like a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if a good looking guy likes me, I'm like, oh my god, you like me? Little me? Like, don't leave me. Like, do you know, I think like, you know, as much as guys love the trophy woman, I feel like we also, women, love to have that trophy boyfriend.
We do. I think trophy though between men and women is like, it's like a different
subjective
thing. Yeah, it's very subjective. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're a bit sticky.
Yeah, they are. Thank you. Okay, let's try.
So your preference is like chocolate skin guys?
Yeah,
medium ugly. We have the same. We pretty much have the same taste in men.
Because as long as you're tall, I'm sorry. I'm petite. Okay.
She's the one student. You're the one student.
Yeah, I'm the one that's stealing all the tall guys. I can have the tall guy, I can have the short guy.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'1".
5'1".
I've even adopted the one actually. I've adopted the one.
Here's me, whole 5'7". You should just date people that are 5'7".
No.
And to be honest, I think a lot of guys that are around 5'8", 5'9" are facially better looking. Have you noticed that?
I know what you mean.
Because a lot of these tall guys just rest on the fact that they're tall, and I'm like, oh no.
And you know some short guys, yeah, they're just like the best guys. Like they'll treat you really. Like I've dated like short. Okay, let's not call them short. Let's call them.
Because they're not shorter than you.
I've never dated anyone shorter than me.
4'9" or whatever.
No, I've dated guys that are like, okay, let's say like average height or whatever. And they have treated me like amazing. But I've never been in a relationship where I've been treated like bad anyway. But like they've been short, but they're so loving. Like they're everything that we want. But it's always the ones that we don't want.
Yeah, literally. And I feel like for me, in my dating experiences, it's even been like I've dated tall guys that are my height. Guys that no one that's shorter than me, but like my height and above. But I found that most of the guys that I've met, regardless of height, have just been not nice. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And I wonder if it's like,
why do you think that is?
I feel like, which is gonna sound like hella arrogant or whatever, but I don't really care. But I feel like it's honestly because a lot of men feel like they have to put me in my place.
What do you mean?
I just so I think I was telling you briefly, my mum, bless her, like she's always trying to like set me up with someone. So she went to this like society meeting.
Oh my god, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, society, secret society. So if you're Nigerian, you'll know what I mean, but they have like Yoruba communities, they have Igbo communities, like a meeting where like they'll all gather. And I don't know what they discuss in these meetings, by the way, but they're all there. So we come from like a smaller tribe, so we only have one in Manchester.
Okay.
It's like
so she'll go all the way there?
Yeah, for these meetings. So anyway, long story short, she basically like was trying to introduce me to some guy. And from day one, he was just so not offensive, he was so defensive. From day one, I was like, you don't know me.
How old was he?
Older than me. So I'm 30, so he was at least 31 or 30. But I was like, why are you acting like this? Like, and then later it came out that he knew that I was on backchat or whatever, and I was like, okay, so this is clearly why you've had an attitude with me this whole time, because you thought I was this like socialite.
Excuse me, you've been the one having an attitude. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just like, why do you feel, even if you like, what possible perception could you have of me to be rude to me? Like, even if you thought I was a bitch, like, for example.
Do you think he was intimidating?
I don't even like saying that, because who am I to intimidate someone? I just never want to have
but guys feel intimidated by me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people in general, like,
are quite intimidated by me. You have quite a commanding presence. We've known each other for a very long time, by the way. Cheers. Like, cheers to that.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a very long time. I remember from college that you were always very, like, sure of yourself. You came across as someone who's very sure of themselves, like very confident. I've always been a bit timid, like a bit like laid back or whatever. So I don't think I come across as intimidating, but I think people make assumptions about my character based on the way, oh, you like designer stuff, and like, yeah, I do, but why is it a bad thing? Like,
but you know what, do you think it could be because maybe like you're the pretty girl, like you're I hate to bring the race into it, but I do feel like it's a major factor in our day and age. Like maybe like you're pretty, like you've been on Backchat and you've seemed like bougie, like, you know, people like to throw that word around. And then it's kind of like, oh, I don't know, like, so you've instantly people have this perception of you.
Like I've had guy friends like tell me like you come across as bougie.
Yeah, people tell me that
all the time.
And what does that mean? But they're like, it's not a bad thing.
No, but it is. And the reason why I say it's a bad thing is because you could have said classy.
That's so true.
You could have said classy. Bougie to me, you have a certain like character about you,
an attitude.
Yeah, bougie is like, oh, this is beneath
or like,
me.
ew, I cannot have that.
Yeah, like,
can you throw away this plastic? How dare you?
Is it Merlot?
Yeah.
I only drink
like,
Merlot.
what wine is this? Please.
It's pure piss.
Yeah. I get what you.
And even if I like nice things, what's your own? Like, I don't have a nasty attitude.
No, they will only feel intimidated because they feel like they're not on your level. What I realise, is like when you're dating a guy that has got his own, or like he's financially there, you don't have these issues with them. In fact, they even want to spoil you. Like,
girl, you have to tell me what that's like. I've never experienced.
And it's always the guys that are struggling that have the most to say.
The most to say. So I remember one time I went on a date with this guy, and he's a big guy. You know the guy I'm talking about.
Okay.
So he's a big guy. Like, I know you can't eat.
Yeah.
Why are you? And I don't eat much. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, I had weight loss surgery, so I don't eat lots when I go out on a date. So I can literally only have like a main. But I know you, sir. You can definitely eat more than me. But you're restricting yourself. Like, I'm just gonna have the one meal, the one drink.
Oh my God.
He ended up spending, I think, £60 on this date. So we went
both you and him.
Yeah, and we went to 2 places.
Okay. So what did he have? Just starters then?
He just had a main and 1 drink. I had a main and 1 drink, but that's literally.
I have to have dessert. Sorry.
And imagine if I had dessert on this day. So then from there we went to some place to have cocktails or whatever. So we spent £30 in Wagamamas and then £30 in. So it was £60 collective.
Wow, okay.
Collective. By the time we were leaving, we had to. This was like at the peak of COVID, so we had to have a mask everywhere that we went. Yeah. We got the train there, by the way. I just need to throw that out. We got the train there.
Did he drive?
No. He tried to jump the train as well. And at our big age.
Was that because he was trying to like save money or
because he was trying to save money?
Oh my God, okay.
So imagine he's like irritated now. I've spent £60 on this date, like going mad. Then we get to the station and he has to buy a mask. So this person at the attendant thing, he's like, sir, you need a mask. But when they asked me, I was like, I'm exempt. And I just walked off.
Yeah.
So then he had to go buy a mask for £4 and that just set him over the edge. He was just like, I've had it up to here. Like, he was so angry. And this is why I can't date like a stingy guy. Because you spent £64.
And was that the first date or second date? Or?
So we had our first date and this was our second date whilst we were even together. So in a 6-month period.
Oh, 2 dates.
2 dates.
Wow, okay.
And on this second date you were livid because you had to spend money. I can't be around you, like, because it will make me feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to come in here and spend like thousands or like hundreds even, but like
it's the experience that and the way he's made you feel as well. It's like if you didn't have money, like we just didn't have to go out
in the first place. And I know that you did, like I know for a fact that you did. And I've had guys say to me like, oh, but what's your business, how much money he has, he can spend what he can spend. I'm like, no, I understand that, but just don't have an attitude about it. Like,
and like so make me feel like
I'm not worth it.
Yeah, like I'm not worth it. And this is the thing, like about money and dates. Like I feel like I'm exactly like you. Like, dating a stingy guy is a no-no. It's the mentality for me. Like, if you feel like, for example, you don't have money for that particular time, do something in the house. Like, be romantic, be creative. Because even me, I even get bored of dinner dates all the time. Like, okay, like, can we do something? Because I'm a very active person. I'm very competitive. I want to play pool because I want to beat you. Like, I like things that is like, you know, we can like touch and we can like do things.
Come help me with my pool.
Do you get what I mean? It's just like, excuse me, I need to reach over. You know what I mean? Or like, let's do something like something fun, yeah. And I think Zizi even said something like that. I watched one of her videos when she said about like, I'm tired of like the dinners, and I was just like, yes, girl, is preaching.
Let's do something. Like,
let's do something. Yes,
I'm more of a theatre person. I think
go to the theatre. Like, I love the theatre. I even like walks, like, you honestly, know, going for walks,
drives. These are like, I guess some of these things are dates when you're like comfortable with somebody. Like, I don't think for a first date I'd want to go on a drive. Yeah, because like, I haven't met you yet. But for a first day, like, if he, for example, took us to like somewhere like a picnic or something, he had set up something really like cute, wine is there, fruits, chocolate, I'll be cool with that, you know. I'll be like, oh, I like the thoughts. You actually tried. And this is the thing, when men go on like, oh, I don't know what women want, you've watched romantic comedies at some point in your life. You know how to get the girl when you just want a knack.
Yeah, it's so true.
But all of a sudden after
you don't know, you're oblivious.
It's so complex. Like, I don't, yes you do. Like, don't lie to us.
So true. Okay, so dating in 2022, what does that look like to you?
I'm just letting go of anything that's mediocre. That's my baseline.
Okay, what's mediocre? Like, what things would you say is mediocre?
So for me, like, I do want to get married one day, like, definitely. Like, I still hope.
I still believe in marriage.
Yeah, deep down I do, but I'm not going to marry someone just for the sake of marrying them. And two, even if I'm with someone I don't want to say like in the moment, that sounds very unserious, but just because you can never tell where you're going with somebody, like, even if we're not official, that does not mean I'm coming to your house for like Netflix and chill. Like,
oh my gosh, please, this whole coming to my house, we're not in lockdown anymore.
Honestly,
the street is open. The street.
It's as if you've been in my snaps, you know.
So like, lockdown is gone, bro. Because when we're gonna get locked down again?
Exactly.
Like, I need to be out. Why are you coming? Why am I coming to your house?
You know, I've been in Nigeria for like a few months now. Yeah. So someone's been like in my snap talking about, oh, like, when you come back, like, we should go. One, the person is always saying we should go out and then it never happens. So I'm even like, you're just not serious, like, move away from me. Then he had the audacity to say, do you know what, I'm happy you're back in that, but because of COVID, I just don't really want to go. This person's a doctor, by the way. I'm like, so you understand how this pandemic works. You literally have the understanding of how it works. You're telling me you won't take me out. Do you understand you can catch COVID from me by coming to your house?
By coming to your house, exactly.
I've suggested let's go on walks. Like, if you don't want to go to a restaurant, let's go somewhere where it's outdoor and breezy. No, like, no. So why are you so desperate to get me in your house? Are you a killer? Are you a murderer? Like,
so true.
And you don't know who I am. Like, you're just like, come to my house. Yeah,
I feel like guys also need to kind of have a bit more self-respect, I think. Like, I feel like there's so much on, oh, women, you need to, like, it's your body, like, you need to, like, respect yourself. But what about you? Like, your body, sir, is also a temple, and you need to respect yourself. Like, honestly, you shouldn't allow just any woman to just come into your space like that.
Exactly. And if you wanted, even if you wanted to use the whole argument, like, oh, men penetrate and women receive, like, because a lot of men, like, I feel like,
and I hate that, because you are the seed carrier.
And also, would you put your hand into anything? Like, if someone's like, here's a bucket, I don't know what's in it, but just put your hand inside. Like,
and I also feel like you're kind of devaluing, like, the male species or yourself as a man, saying that, like, you don't have any value, so you can just sleep with anybody. But a woman,
you have no self-control.
You have no self-control. So to me, it's kind of like, well, you're not even the type of guy that I would want to go with anyway. I wouldn't want to go with like a community, you know.
We like exclusivity too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I would want to go with a man who has self-respect, who value himself, you know, who's serious. And if you're just going to be going around, then you don't seem like a serious guy to me anyway.
100%. I know that a lot of like guys watching this, they may feel like we're coming across as very like,
here we go, women ranting again.
Women just want us to spend. It's like, we don't.
It's not about the spending money.
It's not about the spending money. It's just, I want to spend time with you in a romantic setting. And if you've made the primary focus on how little you're gonna spend, we can't enjoy ourselves. On my first date with someone that I was like seeing before, like, I don't think he spent a lot of money, but he spent like an okay amount.
Yeah.
And he called me up, and I've always respected him for this. He called me after and was like, listen, if we're gonna be like spending a lot of time together, I can't spend this amount on you like every week. Like, and he told me from jump, so I was like, that's fine. Like,
but what made him think that you'd want to spend like that every week anyway?
So this is a part of the problem, because you're warning me because you think I'm that girl that needs all of that, and so it's already made me feel somehow that you've had to bring it up. I appreciate that you did in a way, because obviously you're just being honest. Like, I can't fault someone for just saying what's on their mind. But at the same time, like, why did you feel the need to disclaimer that? And also and I said to him, like, it's fine if you can't spend this amount on me like weekly. That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
But I said to him clearly, like, don't use this as an opportunity to be mediocre. Don't think that just because I'm okay with you like saying this to me that you can't do anything. Like, you could have bought me flowers, you could have done
like that was things. Your choice, excuse me, to like no, I don't like that. Like, I do appreciate the fact that he was like honest and stuff, but first and foremost, you need to know the kind of woman that I am. Like, when we're in a relationship, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I like nice things. Like, I want my guy to be able to, I like lavish things, but I also appreciate the small things. It's all about like the effort that he's put into it,
and the thought.
But I am a bit of an extra person, but my guy needs to know that, and he needs to be okay with that. But at the same time, I'm very big on spending, I'm very big on business, I'm very big on like being a power couple, and you're not going to get to that space if you keep spending money. Like, we need to learn to invest and save and all that stuff, and I want to see that you are responsible with your finances. I need to know the type of relationship that you have
and this with your finances. The thing, like, I feel like a lot of men don't feel like women have a space to talk about finances as a whole. They think that every time we bring up finances, it's like,
to spend.
Because you want a bag, because you want jewelry, because you want this. When have you, any guy out there, when have you heard a lady say like, oh, I want to invest my money? Like, let's be honest. Like, and it's because you're so quick to shut down the conversation.
So exactly.
You don't know what we were thinking. What's a leader to you?
To me, like, a leader is somebody who's very grounded and somebody who is very one with his word. Integrity for me is key. Like, I need to be able to trust your word. Like, if you let your yes be yes and no be no. I hate flaky men. The minute like you're flaking, you're just like, you tell me, oh, we're gonna do this, and we just never do it, and it's always like, oh, I want to see you, I'm seeing, but I'm never seeing you.
That's how you treat your own life.
It's already hard for me to like, I keep losing respect. It's like the respect keeps chipping away.
Because you're seeing them as an individual. It's like, this is what you do. So if you're doing this with me, that must mean that if
I can't trust you.
Because if you've got business plans, if you've got plans to, or is it just not going to happen one day?
Exactly.
I want kids, where are they? Like, I want this, where is it? Like,
so it's very important. Like, to me, a leader is someone who's integral, he's one with his word, he's assured himself, like someone who commands the room. You are like the brain, like, I can nip it from you, like, you can lift me, I can lift you. Like, to me, it's just like, oh yes, baby.
Literally. Because no company, if you think of like any Fortune 5 company or any massive, like Amazon does not have like just Jeff Bezos. So I agree with you. I feel like a leader is very grounded, very one with his word, and also can recognize when they need help.
100%.
Why do you guys think you can do everything by yourself? Like, why?
So
you need us.
Like, it's so true. There needs to be that openness. There needs to be that, and also a leader to me as well is a guy that can take time to understand me and not be like afraid to do that. Like, as a woman, I have so many emotions that I may not even understand, but if you can take time to kind of help me understand myself and try, then it ultimately, I feel safe. You know, like, I need to feel safe in your arms. Like, I cannot stress this enough.
And it's,
but if you're like flaky, just like, oh, and you're just as emotional as me, it's just like, oh, baby, just go,
be gone.
Please.
Please be gone.
Be gone, because I can't.
And it's not like, and we know that obviously there's a lot of pressure on men to like not display emotions and not do this and not do that. But if you need to find the balance, because some of you are so like quick to not show emotion that they're like running in the opposite direction, but we can still hear what you're saying.
Because we're emotionally connected, so we can see it.
So when you're there like ranting and raving or shouting or going like off, we know what you're saying deep down. Like, we can read your emotions, we can read what you're really saying between the lines. So for me, like, you have to be one with your words, you have to be grounded, you have to be like somewhat emotionally aware, like just somewhat. You don't even have to be like the deepest therapist or the deepest psychologist.
Just listen, just be their comfort.
Exactly. They say that there's only 3 major like human emotions, like happy, sad and angry. A lot of men are okay with anger and happy to an extent, but they're not okay with sad. So when they're
they don't know
sad,
how to deal with it, they're
like angry, and I'm like, no,
there is that middle emotion that
that you need to like somehow you need to like work through. And I feel like a lot of men just find it hard to be vulnerable. Like, I can't stress something, you need to be vulnerable. And like, when I know it sounds a bit like contradictory, because we were saying like we don't want someone who's overly emotional. I don't want someone who's like, but do guys even want to be with a woman who's crying every day? Like, no, but I need a balance.
For me, like, I want you to be open with your emotions. I want us to be able to talk about the matter.
Definitely.
And I want you to be able to express to me like what you're feeling. Like, even I find that when I'm dating, I'm always just like, so where is your mental state right now? Like, how are you feeling? Like, I'm always like to poke in and like find out these questions, especially if I feel like the guy's withdrawn because he's going through something. It's like, no, don't withdraw. Like, come closer to allow me in.
Or tell me why you withdraw. Let's even start there. Like, why do you withdraw?
Exactly. Or like, even like, if you don't want to talk, just be like, I'm just going through things right now, but I'm just not ready to talk about it.
Thank you.
You're letting me know.
Simple. Like, we can. And the thing is, like, we obviously, like, with relationships, you want it to, well, most of us would want it to be like long term. You're not always gonna like be able to resolve everything with your partner like there and then. So as long as you can tell me, I can't talk about this now, but I'm still willing to talk about it at some point, or maybe even never talk about it, but just letting you know, let me in a bit, like, let me in as much as you can, because there's gonna be one day where something, God forbid, like effed up happens, just because it's life and anything can happen, and you're not gonna know how to deal with it. Like, people spend so much time like wondering how compatible they are with someone. Like, oh, we're compatible because of this, or we're compatible because of that, but you have no idea what life in general is just going to throw at you. So wouldn't you I would rather focus on someone who has the ability to bounce back. Like, that's something for me like
that's
that
good.
I really need. Like, someone that goes through life, someone who knows how to do life. If you're dating somebody that is, let's just say, they've never had a mental health issue in their life, like they've never really gone through anything, so they're just generally a happy person. If they go through something that's awful and you just see that they're depressed, like, that can happen. Like, because anything can happen in life, and then you bounce because you can't deal with it. Like, doesn't make sense. Whereas we're here like, oh, I feel like I'm compatible with this person because they're a Taurus and I'm a Gemini, or I'm this and that. It's like, but what's gonna happen if when real life happens?
What does that mean? Exactly.
100%.
So what would be like your key things that you would kind of like look out for, like, in 2022 dating wise, and the things that you would just be like, no?
I think what you said about being one with your words is so key, and that sounds like a lot deeper than like I intended it to sound, but it's true. Like, there's so many guys that will say just little things like, oh, planning dates, and then they never materialize. Like, why?
I hate that. Like, do you know how much I hate? Oh my god, I hate that so much, because it's like, you're actually just taking the piss.
You're just taking the piss. Like, what? So you don't think that I've got better things to do with my time than to wait around for you? And
do you know what? Do you know how little it can even be when they're like, oh, I'll call you later, and they don't call? It's like, please don't. Like, I wouldn't even.
I'd rather you just say, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Like, I just feel like men lie unprovoked about anything. Like, where are you? Oh, I'm at the barber's. These times they're at home. Like, why are you doing that? Like,
I'm so done.
Bizarre behaviour. Like, they just act scared. Like, I feel like men are scared of women. Like, because I've heard of girls that have dated guys for years, and then the guy just ghosted them.
Oh, have you ever ghosted someone?
A guy?
I feel like I was gonna do this into like a part 2 anyway.
I'm just wondering if I should put on more lip gloss. No, that's not even bother, because.
Cheers! That is what you're supposed to do.
Do you ever put these in as bloopers?
No, but I will.
What do you want your 2022 dating to look like?
So my 2022, it's just simple, you know. Like, for me, like, if you are like flaky, wishy-washy, you gotta go. Be gone.
Into the bin.
Yeah.
Grace, in the bin.
In
in the bin, please.
Yeah,
in the bin.
Literally. And for me, it's kind of like integrity. If that person's giving me my forever, like I don't necessarily want to rush things, but I need a man to be assured of himself. Please, if you don't know what you want, why? Why do you guys even do that? Like, you know you're not ready or whatever, but you're still trying to string things along. I hate that. I can't stand that.
Yeah. And it's probably because like people are lonely. People, like men and women, both feel it in different ways. Like we both get lonely. We both get bored.
Yeah. Boredom is a big thing. Especially with dating apps, which we're going to talk about in the next episode. But yeah, so dating in 2022, I feel like people, like you said, just need to be honest. Honesty is so important. Whatever you want, just kind of like just say it. Be clear with it, and
especially women.
and give that person the opportunity to say yes or no. And also be assured of yourself, like of who you are, and be open in your communication. We have so much to talk about. I have literally finished my wine. I need to drink up. We are definitely going to be doing a part 2 to this. It's going to be continuous because the conversation is just getting
started.
God, I can't believe some of the things that I'm hearing, and you know what, it's not even just you know, because some of the things that my girlfriends tell me, I'm like, how sway?
I guess
and
I'm just brave enough.
I get angry with my friends. I'm just like, why are you behaving like this?
Do you know, I've shown like pictures of some of like the guys that have done these things to me, and they're just like, it was even this guy. I've had friends literally be like vexed at me, like, why would you even enjoy this? Obviously it doesn't matter how good looking someone is, like someone should just treat you right.
Oh my gosh.
But doesn't it hurt them more when they're not even like a spec?
So let's talk dating apps, right?
Hinge, Bumble,
Tinder. Have you been on a lot of dating apps?
I've been on, I think they're the only ones, aren't there?
So Bumble, Tinder.
Hinge.
I could never go on Tinder. I'd be too scared.
I went on Tinder, let me not even lie, but I was like skeptical setting it up, and then I think I got like flagged as potentially being a catfish because I don't know, but I did this when I was in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And I was staying in my uncle's house, which is like not the Bay area of Abuja, so they were just like, this girl cannot be. My account got shut down like that.
Oh my god, that's good though that they can do that.
Yeah.
Because to me, when I think about Tinder, I just think like anybody and anything, any cats, even dog is on there. Like literally.
Tinder swindler.
Yeah, it's like it's not even regulated, like please
at all.
But that's good. I mean, not as good that you can't go shut down, but that they can do that.
Yeah, that they can monitor things.
Yeah.
But I heard that in Nigeria, apparently, Tinder is for like prostitutes. Oh, so good thing. Maybe it was God saving me from being on there, because apparently they just send out messages like, "It's this much per night." But that's what Tinder is for. Like,
well, that's to me when I think about Tinder, I just think hookups.
Yeah.
That is literally what I think.
And that's all it is for Nige. So thank God I wasn't on it.
So what made you go on dating app?
I felt like, well, I don't go out that much, one. Two, even when I do go out, people don't approach me.
That is so weird. Do you know what? A lot of the things that you said, I'm just like, girl, please.
You lying? Yeah. I'm really not. Like, let me not say like no one, but like not the guys I like anyway.
Oh, okay. So that's the thing. It's like, it's the guys that we just don't want.
Yeah.
That is
like 25. Like 25, 23, 20. Like I can't. I can't. Like I can't. Sorry. Like it's not like there's anything wrong with guys that are 25 or. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's like what can you offer at that age?
Guys I wouldn't really talk to, I suppose. Like guys do approach me, like, do they though? Like I don't feel like they do. So I went on dating apps because I thought like it would just be easier, but it's not easier.
Oh really? Okay, I know you did tell us like your type, you like the chocolate guy. So but in terms of like, okay, what else is your type? Like if you was to like see a guy, what does he look like?
He's definitely over 6 foot, dark skin, big but not necessarily muscly, but I just like a big bodied guy. Like even dad body to me is quite nice, like just thick bodied.
Yeah, like a teddy bear.
Yeah, exactly. And then medium ugly. I think medium ugly is actually like my type.
I definitely relate to that.
Guy. I don't like pretty boys. Like I'm just, I don't want to look at a guy and feel like, oh, if we're going out, you're gonna take longer than me to get ready. Like why?
Yeah.
Or why are you so like polished? Like that's just not me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. So for me, definitely I need a tall guy. Like I think for me, like it's a safety thing, and also my dad is tall.
Is he?
Yeah, so my dad is tall, and I think I'm small, right? So for me, I just think in my head,
my eyes at you.
yeah, no. So for me, I just feel like I don't want a small thing. Like even my car is big. Like I just like big things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't want two small things together.
You like,
do you get it?
You like big things.
I like that. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I mean?
She wants to bump out.
I want to chill with the big boys. All right. Yeah. So yeah, tall guy. I'm sorry.
What's tall for you?
Like 6 foot. Like, do you know what? How bad it is? Yeah. Even if you tell me, like, my friends, they literally fight me all the time. They're like, it's literally an inch taller. Like 5'11" is cool. And I'm like, no. I'm sorry. There's a massive difference.
I need to hear
6 foot. 6 foot. 6 foot. Okay. You know what is my kryptonite? Is the height.
You could be like a 2 in the face, but if you're tall,
oh my god,
oh my god, he's so sorry. I'm like, there's so much of you, like,
and I like. Do you know what it is? I like long legs.
Yeah.
When I see like long legs on a guy, I'm like.
But when they're tall and slim, that's when it gets a bit like. I don't like.
No, I don't mind. Like to me, like I don't mind. Cause the thing is, yeah, like I believe like people can grow on you.
Yeah, true.
Like the more you spend time with somebody, they grow on you. Then you start loving them. Like there's personality. Like especially if they're confident and they're like assure themselves. Like all of the other qualities that I like.
Definitely.
And I just feel like that man's man with me. I don't care if you're skinny. I don't care if you're fit. You're working out. Whatever. Like as long as I'm like you can like cover me and like. I walk into somewhere and I'm like,
yeah, that's my man. You see my man.
You see my man. Like, don't play with me, you know. Then I'm cool. I'm good. Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like insecurity comes out in like so many ways. Yeah. But okay, so have you been on a dating app?
Girl, this is not about me.
It's about both of them.
Okay, so I have been on a dating app, and you know what? I had a really, really funny story. So I went on a dating app, right? Met this guy. He was white. I went on a date, and the guy was actually smaller than me. Like I was wearing heels, and we was kind of like on the same. So I was thinking, rah, like you are not what I expected, and it was like really.
And you're 5'1".
Girl. And the thing that made the date even worse, yeah, is we went out to eat, and I kind of felt like a therapist, like at the time, like the way, you know, he was talking so much that you kind of like you go in the clouds and you
Honestly,
just like
wow.
are we gonna order food? And I just wanted to eat my food.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
like you stopped.
Yeah, it was just like
have emotional intelligence.
Oh my god.
Because for a woman to say that as well, because we're known to be the ones that like overshare and whatever, but for a guy to do it, that's actually
it was too much. And then even like after the date, like he would just like message me with these long essay messages.
I just really miss you.
And I actually had to like message a male friend like, how do I get rid of him? Because it was like that. Yeah, literally. That ones I'll just ignore. But yeah, but I have had successful
dates on from Hinge, or was it Hinge that you were on?
Yeah,
I had a nice date in Nigeria from Hinge. Was it from Hinge or? No, it was a different app, but I did have a nice date in Niger from Hinge. But when I got back, so I was in Niger for like 5 months. When I came back, I was like, okay, let me see who's around.
Yeah.
Went on a date recently, and this is from our town as well.
Okay,
so I was even like,
oh, I don't date guy from my town.
yeah, because there's no one here.
Literally, like, girl, literally.
And anyone that would be a potential they're too familiar now for us to even date. But so this guy, like, we went, so he was like, oh, can you meet me at this pub? And I was like, pub? Like, what's that? No, I'm joking, but like it's a cute place, but and the weird thing about this place, it looks nice from the outside, but when I went inside I was like, oh, this place is dirty. Like, this place is dirty. And then we sat down, so that wasn't even really like the issue. It was like it was impromptu. So he messaged me that day. He was like, let's go out this night. I was like, okay, cool. Like I just wore trainers because like, I'm not about to dress up an effort, for a Thursday night or like a Wednesday night, wherever it was. So we get there now, and he's already just not really my type. Like from seeing him, not in a rude way, he just wasn't my type. And so we sat down talking. He just seemed a bit shifty, like just a bit like on edge, and I was like, what's up with this guy, like what's going on? Then he's like, oh, are you know when someone tries to smoothly drop something into a conversation but they don't quite like drop it in smoothly, so he's like, oh, are you into cryptocurrency? I was like, oh, you're trying to get
on
me
a date?
On a date. I was like, you're trying to get me to trade. That's interesting. Like, and is that why you picked this lonely pub to come and meet me?
Oh my god!
Like, I was so irked. And I feel like I was in the beginning stages of like Tinder swindler with this guy.
Oh really? Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, because I was like, you're talking to me about like forex and like
my gosh, not on a date.
On a date, and like Bitcoin and how I should invest in, I should do this and I should do that and da 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 da. And then and I don't know how to like hide my emotions, so I'm just there like whatever. And he's like, oh, you seem like, he's like, what are you thinking? I was like, oh, I was just wondering if you were trying to sell me Bitcoin. Like I just said it out loud. Yeah, I just said it out loud. And then his whole energy was like, oh, he was like, that's weird.
You're so
he was like, oh, why would you think that? Because you are trying to sell me Bitcoin, that's why I think that. And then he tried to kiss me at the end of the day, and I was like, no. He was like, come and sit. So first of all, he was like, come and sit next to me. I was like, no, I'm okay here. Like, I don't like.
He's giving me like
just too much, like too much. I was like, no, I'm okay here. Like, I don't know you that well. Like, I just want to like sit opposite you. He's like, no, come sit next to me. He tried to like pick me up to come and sit next to him.
My god!
I was like, respect my boundaries. Like, I literally don't know you from anywhere. Like, I would rather just sit opposite you, because I just feel more comfortable that way. Not like this thing. Got back to, I went out to my car. He was like walking home, tried to kiss me outside, blah blah blah, blah. And I was just like, He literally looked at me and was like, oh, I've never been on a date like this. Like, I just get the feeling that you don't like me, blah 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 blah. And I was like, you've never been out with someone that didn't like you.
And like, are you sure about that?
Like, so every girl you've been out with has liked you. Calm, no worries, like that's fine. But then later that night, so I was like, oh, I just don't know how I feel like it's our first date. But then later that night when he messaged me, he was talking about, oh, do you want to join the Facebook group for the trading thing? And I was like, no,
so done. That was from Hinge.
Yeah, and I just feel like, so you saw me, and you were like, this one, she's gonna trade. No, my guy, I'm not like.
I will keep saying this. Like, I'm so surprised that you have been going through this dating experiences. Like, it's crazy. Bad. Do you have like a successful dating experience?
Yeah, like I said in Nige, like I went out to like a couple nice dinners, like nice convo, but then it just never really like materialized into anything. I'm trying to get a chip for ages. It didn't really materialize into anything. And then in Nige, like a lot of these guys are probably married, like, to be honest, and you just don't know, like it's a whole thing. But I've had nice dates, like, don't get me wrong, but the bad dates I've had have been very bad.
They've been like kind of more than like, what do you think makes like dating unsuccessful, like in our generation?
People want things too fast, I think.
Do you think it's more like women, or is it like both sides?
Both. So I think men want to sleep, like, just, and this is in like a general sense. I think women want things to be serious too fast, and I think men want to smash too fast, and I think you just can't, you need a balance. Like, even if we were just to have like a casual situation, I'm not going to sleep with someone that I don't know. And
like, I still want to be comfortable with you, like,
at least, like, and guys act like you're doing the most because you just want to be comfortable with them, and like, oh, well, can I not get to know, can I not know your last name before I jump into bed with you? It's like, okay.
It's like, so true. Do you know what is crazy about dating? It's like, I was thinking about this the other day, like when we were younger, like,
it was so much
simpler. Like, you like the guy likes you, then you just get together and you just see how life is. And I was even thinking, like, sometimes with guys now, I don't know if that is like the pressure at the moment, they feel like, I want to be financially stable, I want to have this, I want to have this. Why can't we do that together? I'm supposed to be your life partner, I'm supposed to be your partner. We can get to that success a lot quicker together. Like, why do they feel like, oh, I don't want, like, I need to have all of this set up? That means you're just, how am I going to be included in your journey?
And you don't really want me to be. You want to give me a life, and I'm but I've got my own. Like,
like, why can't we build? And that is what partnership is supposed to be about.
Have you dated someone that's like, I don't want to say famous, but like, have you ever been in a situation with who's famous or like quite successful?
I've dated somebody who's successful, like not media famous, but like businessman, really successful. Yeah, and I found that it was good, it was enjoyable, but they were so in their business. Like sometimes the date would literally just be like, I order food, he'll be like on his phone doing his business and be like, right, I need to go to the office, and I was literally just like there. But to be honest, when you're dating in that kind of phase, like you just don't really care. I just want to, I rather enjoy that than be on a date where they're literally just like stingy, like the guys we was talking about.
Yeah, literally. I feel like a lot of guys use that as an excuse, like, oh, I want to have like such and such in place. So like, I've not dated anyone business minded, but I was like talking to someone who's like successful in his field or whatever. So he's pretty okay, like the way he is. But I know because he's okay, he has no intent to actually take anyone seriously, because he actually doesn't have to. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
I think, to be honest, like my dating experiences are more of a reflection of my inner state, like the kind of guys that I like, rather than what I don't think I date based on what I think I deserve. I think I date based on like a very, like, not childish, but quite a, oh, you need to appeal to my senses, or you need to like make me laugh, or you need to be handsome or something like that. I think I've had quite me just being honest, because women can be honest sometimes.
Like, so do you think, you know, like the medium ugly guy, do you think that is based on how you perceive yourself?
No, I think it's just like, I just don't like pretty guys,
boys.
But I think it's more like a personality thing. So this guy in particular, like, he's doing really well for himself, he's like successful in his field or whatever, but you'd think that from other guys that I've heard say things like, oh, I want to be more established before I date. I'm like, but you have everything you need. And because you have everything you need, you know you've got more options for women. So
exactly. So they don't want to kind of like be restricted. Like they want to be able to like date if they want to date. They know that if I get committed to you, then that means like
I can't do what I want, basically. So it's literally a catch-22, like with trying to find someone, like whether it's on a dating app or whether it's in real life, like if they're just not ready for whatever, they're just not ready. Like,
and I think that's what it is, like with a lot of guys. I just think they're just not ready
at all.
Like literally, I think guys try to convince themselves that they're ready, and I think a lot of guys they think that they're telling us what we want to hear, and it's not what we want to hear
at all. We just want the truth. We don't really care what the truth is.
And the thing is, it's like we can see past the lie, literally. And guys think that we can't.
It's like, what do you think? Do you think we're dumb out here? And it's not, we're the more emotionally in tune ones. So we're more likely to be able to know when you're BSing us. Like, literally. Like, we're not. This same guy's like, oh, I have feelings for you, but I don't want to be with you. You're lying.
That doesn't even make sense.
That
doesn't make sense. How can you have feelings for me and you don't want to? Like, I prefer it. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where, I don't even know what it is these days. I don't know if you're dating, you're seeing or whatever, but you kind of know what it is. It's like
a situation.
But it's like I've been okay with some situations before, because I'm like, I know what it is. When I'm with you, it's a fun time. Like, not fun like that, but in terms of like, I know I'm going to be treated very well, I'm going to go to nice places, and he doesn't care. He's got money to do it, and he's happy to spend it on me.
This
and I'm
is
happy
what I meant about not having anything, like what we were saying in the last video. Even if it's just like a casual thing, like, please treat me with respect. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna do nice things, and it's okay. It's okay.
I think the reason why it's like I've been okay with that is because I know he's got that respect for me, and it's like we get on really well, and it's almost like I feel like if it did become anything serious, maybe that's when we would actually fall out, because I'll be emotionally invested. I'm very good at being emotionally unattached. Like, I'm that type of woman where I'm like,
if you're done, you're done. Like,
if I'm done, I'm done. And also I'm very guarded, so I'm just like, I'm not going to be emotionally invested, because I know when I hook like, when I latch on, so I'm like, I love you forever and ever. Where are you? I need to be next to you. That's why I couldn't do long distance relationships.
I
don't know how. I'm like, I need to see you right now. Where you at? I got a tracker on your car.
What you doing? Where you at? Literally right now. I get that. Like, it's nice, and it's nice when you've got someone there. I've never dated anyone in my vicinity.
I just wish, for me, like, I wish the dating scene was not as complicated. Like, I wish people were just like honest, and people, because I believe in love, and I'm still rooting for love, and I just feel like we were just born to be in love. Like,
we were, like, and that's why cheating is such a big deal, because it's not really it's not not what we're
in
meant
our
to
nature.
do. But you know how men are like, no, but we're polygamous.
Why do
nature.
they think that it's in their nature?
I think men are naturally like more maybe like sexually charged than women, like, because if you think about it,
do you think more? Because I do feel like women are, but we're just not as open about. Women are becoming open about it.
But if you think about like some women, like in regards to like a before and after, like before makeup or before hair or before like clothes or whatever, there's a lot of, even the most average or like less than average looking woman can get a guy. But even an average looking guy or an ugly guy or a short guy or a guy that they would struggle so much more.
I get where you're going.
So I don't think, I think that we have like the same kind of sexual chemistry as in like men and women. Like we probably enjoy sex just as much as each other. But I think men are because imagine if you had a guy that was wearing a weave and then he took that weave off. You wouldn't like, I literally would not be able to look at him the same. I'd be like, what? Like, not even just because it's not normal, but I'd be like, so this is what you look like?
No, oh my god.
But then men deal with so much. Like, we're like off in wig and off in makeup. And they're like, I still want to have sex with you. Like, that's crazy to me. If a guy took off his like wig or weave in front of me, I'd be like,
because they do have those man wigs.
Exactly. I'd be like, whoa.
Do you think with men, right, it's like, you know, some guys when they were like younger, they were more uglier, and then when they glow up, they're kind of like, finally, like, I can get any girl I want. And then psychologically they just really pursue that just to kind of prove a point. Guys that have been there and done it, they don't care about that.
They've got it out of their system.
They've got it out of their system, so they have a lot more self-control. So, and I find that sometimes with younger men, it's like that's all they care about, because it's like you literally, and it's so easy, and it's just like, can you stimulate my mind?
And society even makes them like feel like, oh, this is my like show of being a man. Like, it's how many girls?
Ew, like get some self-control, please.
But I do feel like the younger men nowadays, they're a bit more. There's like, I feel like our generation is a bit. We were on the cusp of being like a bit woke and like and understanding like emotional intelligence. But a lot of people younger than us, they're kind of like used to it.
All they think about. Like,
I hear that. I feel like I'm on a conveyor belt when I'm on Hinge. Like, someone will be like, oh hey, like, love your pictures, then a few days later they've obviously seen another picture that they like.
Really?
But then it's because I've got like 100 matches or more, not like I know most people do like a lot of matches, and it just seems to like, and then I've seen people back on the swiping bit, and I'm like, I'm sure I've matched this person, let me just respect myself and not match them again, like, or it didn't work out or whatever. But you literally just go through like pages, and I think that sometimes that can be the downfall with dating apps. Like, there's almost too many options. Is bad.
Many options.
Like,
oh, okay then.
But I'll show you my Hinge after, and you'll get what I mean. Like, anyway, go on.
That is so weird. Like, I've never had that.
Will you be using dating apps in 2022?
I don't think I need to.
You got a situation.
No, and I won't be. I don't think I will. I feel like if I would to, it's just be out of boredom. Like, I'm just kind of like done with it. It's probably like 2019, like when I kind of like, you know, dabbled in it or something.
I think I'm coming off this year too.
And I'm just like over it. Like, I'm just over unserious people. Like, I know what I want. If you don't know what you want, please. The door, the window, the gate, jump.
The banyard door is there. Like, you can actually get out. Like, I'm tired.
Literally, exit left, please.
Fire exit. Like, I'm done.
Literally.
I want to meet, and I would love to meet a guy that has the. If I don't think I'm intimidating, but let's just run with this premise that maybe I am, or maybe we are. I want to meet a guy that has the guts to talk to me in person,
like, be confident. Like, literally, because then that is a man's man. I feel like women, well, I'll speak for myself, like, for me it's I need a guy to provide, and I need a guy to make me feel safe. Like, provision, safety, and provision is, there's so many different branches.
It's not just money.
It's not just money. Like, it's not just money. And safety, like, you need to make me feel safe, and there's so many branches from that. And if you're not confident enough to like calm, stand your ground, like, approach me. I like a bit of a cheeky chat. I don't know about you.
I do.
But like, because I've got so much banter.
Honestly, and that's why I like medium ugly many guys because I feel like they've developed their personality. Like, yeah.
God, could we please play some like tennis? I love like a bit of tennis, like because I got it. Do you get what I mean?
Have you ever had a guy that can't take banter?
Oh God. We could work.
Let's just see.
Yeah.
I'm too curious for my own good. Like,
oh my God. Do you know what? Curiosity, that's the thing. Because my friend, she's always like, it's my curiosity. I'm like, which kind of curiosity, please?
It killed the cat. It killed the Catherine. Like, honestly. Like, that guy about the Bitcoin thing, not like I knew, but I knew I didn't want to go on this date anyway. And then I went.
Still went. Do you do that with numbers? Like, I never give out my number. Do you just give, like, because I have some friends that just like, I don't know why I gave out my number, but I just gave out my number.
Yeah, sometimes I feel pressured to. Especially if I feel like the guy's not gonna like let it go. Like, so I don't get approached often, but when I do get approached, it's always like a train wreck. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want to give one. But why? But why?
Oh,
but this, I'm just like, leave me alone. Like, how one guy like telling me, oh, I respect you. I was like, if you respected me, you respect the fact that you respect the fact that I said no. He was like, no, that no's not serious. I was like, that means no might not be serious to you in other contexts. Then I don't want to be around.
Exactly.
You.
That's a red flag. Then
red flag.
And then some girls might see this Amber.
Guys,
on that note, we are going to love you and leave you. I hope you guys enjoyed Catherine on my channel. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I had such a good time.
More videos to come.
More videos, yes. More video. I think, guys, let us know if you want to see Catherine more. I'm going to bring her on anyway, regardless.
Because I don't care what you say.
Yeah, literally.
No, we do. We respect you.
No, but honestly, it was so fun. Thank you so much. Like, she has to run because she's gotta go now and have some fun, you know.
Off to London.
I'm gonna be editing, and yeah, thank you so much. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Your notification bell is on, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so.